of course ekisaawe ky'ekkololo tukkirize tugaane President Museveni yakibye ne kiboga kyonna olunaku olw'eggulo. Kaakati bwe yavuddeyo kakiiko ak'ebyokulonda of course yazzeeko yabadde mukulu bamuyita kasiiba nti Robert wa kibiina kya NPP National Peasants Party yagenze maaso n'okubeera nti munnange naye asunsulwa naye abo bbe ekyabwe kyaggweredde wali eri ku kitebe ky'ekibiina kyabwe kuba nabakubidde olunaku olw'eggulo wano wenyini mu program nayogeddeko n'omwogezi waabwe mukulu Bagonza Thomas n'agenda maaso n'okubeera nti annyinnyonnyola nti ekyabwe kigenda kubeera nti kiwunzikira wali eri ku kitebe ky'ekibiina oluvannyuma lw'okubeera nti olukuŋŋaana lwe babadde balina okubeera nalwo beekwasizza nti poliisi yabulinnyeemu eggere n'ebagamba mbu balinaanye President Museveni wali eri ekkololo bo babadde baagala kuba mu katanga nti ye wali bapiiza nti bannaabwe olukuŋŋaana nti baalubagaanye so poliisi teyavuddeyo kwogera ku ekyo nti yabagaanye olukuŋŋaana bati bo bwe babadde boogera nange wano ku mpewo baŋŋambye olukuŋŋaana baalubagaanye so baamaliriza nga tebakubye raare of course bagenze ku kibiina wali ne beekumaakuma bateeketeke manifesto then
bategeku ebyo kye bagenda okutunulako okakasa nti yafunye emikono egimusemba egiwera akenda mu lunaana gye gyetaagisa okwetooloola eggwanga Uganda nga bwe
mukkiriza okubeera nti munnange awandiisibwa. Ekyamuleetedde okuddayo kyabadde ki? Mpapula za buyigirize zabadde zibulako nga okubulako ebbaluwa gye bayita certificate of equivalence okuva mu National Council for Higher Education nti ebbaluwa eyo yabadde tagiina ate nga waliwo empapula ziyagenda maaso n'okubeera nti agattako ne bamuwa essaawa nnamba kuba babadde bagenda musunsula ssaawa 9 kasaza aweze ssaawa 9 nga tannabimaliza ne bamugaa tukwongeddeyo essaawa emu bw'onaaba otusanzeewo ku ssaawa 10 tujja genda maaso n'okubeera nti tukusunsula kasazi n'akoona 11 nga tonnaba kubeera nti ojja okusunsulwa of course oba ogenda lunaku lwankya niyasobodde okubeera nti akimaliriza olunaku olw'eggulo. Kakati olunaku olwaleero bakedde kusunsula munnakibiina kya FDC Nathan Nandala Mafaabi yamaze okubeera nti asunsulwa era laare ye yagitadde mu bitundu by'ebutabika eri mu Nakawa
akalulu aka 226 awo nno bwe bamaliriza batune ku kifaananyi ekigenda okukola ku ballot paper ateekwa ku submitting ekifaananyi ekyo ate nga kituukaganye oba nga kituukagana n'omutindo ogw'akakiiko okakasa nti abalonzi bwe kinaatuuka ekiseera ekyokulonda tebakola nsobi babeere nga basobola okutegeera nti ono ye Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi. Then ebirala byetaagisa mpozi kwe kukakasa nti
kaago ogw'ekiro okakiiko ak'ebyokulonda abamu baabalese tebinnaggwa mubaka Muhammad Nsereko naye yagamba njagala
correspondence wakati w'akakiiko ne candidate ng'amaze okuba nga kampeni zitandise okuva olwaleero yagenda okukwasaganya ensonga ezo bwebaba nga beetaaga okwogera ne candidate bayitamu kyukamu oba kyebaagala ajje annyonnyole eri akakiiko bayitamu agent oyo yennyini so ebimu ku ebyo byagenda okusubmiti bannakakiiko Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi kyakoze kati Ssaabawandiisi David Lewis Lubongoya akola mulimu gwe okukwasaganya
so be baba akasunsulwako Kyagulanyi Robert Sentamu ayogeredde mu kire kyankuba ekiyise wali akakiiko k'ebyokulonda neeno ewaffe neetandika okubeera nti munnange eyiika. Of course tugenda kubeera ntufuna ebigambo bye tufuna ebigambo bya Gregory Mugisha Muntu tufuna ebigambo ebya Nathan Nandala Mafaabi bonna nga basunsuddwa olunaku olwaleero. Kyagulanyi bw'avaawo agenda kumaliriza ng'agenze ku raale ye wali eri Nateete we baagitegese NT nategeddeko nti bayinza obutabeera na raale oluvannyuma lw'okubeera nti certificate baagifunye obudde bugenze ebakakasa okusunsulwa so nga tebajja kufuna budde bukola booking ya kifo nakunga abantu baabwe nti mujje wano kati bayinza obutakuba laare aba ANT njagala kutwala butereevu njagala kutwala butereevu ebibadde wali eri elubowa nga Kyagulanyi asunsuddwa akamala okubeera nti asunsulwa era n'akakasibwa nti miliyoni 20 yagenze maaso n'okubeera nti azisasula buli amala okusunsulwa aweebwa akakisa akakiiko ak'ebyokulonda okubeera nti ayogererako awo wennyini we kali n'ayogerako eri eggwanga nga tannaba kweyongerayo. So kati oyo abeera takubyeraale kimuwa omukisa abantu okumanya manifesto ye bwegenda okutambula. Be tulibeerawo bantu 20 b'ogenda nabo kakiiko ak'ebyokulonda. Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu ayogeddeko eri namunji womuntu ekire ky'enkuba nga kifudde bamukwatidde ambuleera asobole okwogerako eri abantu. Abasigadde babadde mu tent, of course tebakubye, naye ye waayimiridde okwogerera nga yeetaaga minvuuli agende mu maaso n'okubeera nti ayogera ng'enkuba efudde okukamala obukamaze. Tuliko kula eri omuntu wa bulijjo 17 tusimbudde mpulidde kamenya n'amawulire ag'oku butaka.
Gano ge mawulire agafa ku butaka. Manya ebifa mu Uganda ne Ssemazinga wa Afrika yenna wano mu program Mpulidde Kamenya.
Kula lya muntu wa bulijjo 17 njagala kutwala wano wennyini ebibaddewo buli speech ngenda kugikuwa nga bwe twakuwadde ya President Museveni olunaku olw'eggulo n'asaba n'ebifaananyi awo wennyini awali akakiiko k'ebyokulonda we batudde nagala mujja kunfunira ebifaananyi ebya satellite mu myaka egy'emabega nga bwe byali nakati bwe bifaanana n'abagamba mu myaka egy'emabega tebyali bwe biti. Kakati bino bye bibaddewo nga bano bagenda maaso n'okubeera nti basunsulwa aba National Unity Platform. Tupozinga mu bwe tuti tugende maaso n'okubeera nti ate tuwulira ebibaddewo. Okay, yegala kulabanga nkuwa ebibadde bigenda maaso n'okubeera nti bitambula. Bano basimbudde jjukira wali eri Makerere Kavule bagenze maaso n'okubeera nti bava okugenda mu kusunsulwa olunaku olwaleero nga yavudde Magere awerekeddwako abakulembeze b'ekibiina babadde bangi nnyo nga bw'okiwulira abantu 20 be baamusaba basobodde okubeera nti ate atwala. Kyange kino kibadde ki speech kigirinyeemu egere but njagifuna Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu. Okay, nga bwe tuprocessinga speech ya Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu kkiriza tusooke tufune ya Gregory Mugisha Muntu wa kibiina kya ANT agenze maaso n'okubeera nti naye asunsulwa olunaku olwaleero era naye n'aweebwa omukisa kugenda maaso n'okubeera nti ayogererako awo awali akakiiko ak'ebyokulonda General Gregory Mugisha Muntu. Wenjagala okutandika naye yakyagulanyi ndowooza Nasiifu emutoloseeko wano tugenda kubeera nti tugifuna but Gregory Mugisha Muntu
bakyali ku kitebe n'olwaleero beekalakaasa n'alabye abamu nga balinnye ne ku meeza balinnye waggulu ku meeza ku kitebe nga bagamba nti Justice Simon Babaka Mateekwa kubanga ayimiriza nominations oba azongerayo basobole okubanga nabo baweebwa omukisa oguwulirizibwa. Boogera ku banti basubmitinga signatures zaabwe naye tezinaba kubeera verified. Ntegeezeddwa nti tuteekwa kuddayo eri tulabe batuweekya ebivudde mu kwekebejja empapula za Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi. Katuddeyo butereevu. Okay. Kale ye nteekateeka ekyagendera ddala maaso ey'okwekebejja empapula za akwatidde ekibiina kya National Unity Platform Bendera Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi ng'alabiseeko eri akakiiko okukakasibwa ku okuvuganya ku bwa president. Si gwe mulundi ogusoose Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi okujja eri akakiiko okusaba okulaba nga avuganya. Tujjukira bulungi mu mwaka gwa 2021 naye y'omu kwabo abavuganya mu kalulu ako ak'obwa president. Era Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi yavuganya ku bali 11 abavuganya mu kiseera ekyo. Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi yafuna obululu $3,600,000. Engezaako okuretrievinga information wano naye Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi y'omu ku baavuganya mu kalulu ako aka 2021. Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi yavuganya mu kalulu ako aka 2021. Yes, yavuganya mu kalulu ako aka 2021. Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi yafuna obululu $3,663,437 bye bitundutundu 35 n'obuuzi 8 35.08%. $3,663,437 obululu Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi bwe yafuna mu mwaka gwa 2021 mu kalulu ako aka 2021 nga akalulu ako kawangulwa Yoweri Museveni Tibuhaburwa Kaguta. Yakwata ekifo ekyokubiri naye nga akalulu ako nga bwe nkutegeeza kaalimu abantu 11. Ndabako wali Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi ye Vice President ku lwa Central Region. Ndabako wali Nubian Lee. Ndabakwawo Joel Senyonyi mubaka wa Nakawa West mu Parliament ate nga ye Leader of Opposition ate nga ye mwogezi w'ekibiina ekya National Unity Platform. Enteekateeka yegenda mu maaso. Akakiiko k'ebyokulonda olwaleero weewaawo lwe luyinza okubeera nga lwe ndabako ne Honorable John Baptist Nambeshe ye Vice President ku lwa Eastern Region ku lw'ekibiina ekya National Unity Platform. Ndaba ne omulamuzi Simon Babakama asayininga kati awo nno wotegerera nti ensonga za Robert Kyagulanyi zandibanga ziiseewo bulungi. Essaawa yonna ajja kubanga akwata akazindaala ako addikire alinge nti Kyagulanyi Robert Sentamu ali ddule nominated. Awo nno abeesimbyewo oba abakakasiddwa babeere nga baweze 6 mu nteekateeka eno yennyini egenda mu maaso ku kitebe ky'akakiiko wali mu bitundu ebirweza amaliriza okusayininga empapula zeekebejja okakasa nti buli kimu kiri bulindala kazindala kakute katuddeyo.
We've been scrutinizing and verifying the nomination papers of the aspirant, and we are satisfied he has fulfilled the requirements of the Presidential Elections Act. Therefore, I, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, being the returning officer for the nomination of presidential candidates, declare Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert a duly nominated candidate in respect of the presidential elections 2026, he having fulfilled the nomination requirements under the Presidential Elections Act, Chapter 179, Laws of Uganda. You are now a candidate. Congratulations. Right. You are required to append or affix your signature or that of your agent on this paper to confirm that indeed you have attended. So please, your agent or yourself, whichever. How sure? Yeah, we lost. Okay. Candidate Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, as a duly nominated candidate, you are required to observe the following. 1. You are to appoint an official agent who will coordinate your campaign meetings and media program, and also attend meetings on your behalf where necessary. Secondly, you are to avail the Commission with a schedule of your campaign meetings and media program as soon as practicable, so as to facilitate the smooth harmonization of all the candidates' campaign programs countrywide before you embark on your campaign schedule, which officially begins on 29th of September. You're also to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Electoral Commission on compliance with the harmonized campaign program, timelines, and guidelines. Although the campaigns kick off on 29th, however, you are at liberty today to meet your supporters, since we could not allow them, all of them in here, at a designated place, either to roll out your manifesto or greet your supporters. You are at liberty to do that. The Commission is also required, upon nomination, to avail you a soft copy of the voters register, the National Voters Register, and we have this soft copy here. I ask your agent to come and pick it. Yeah. No. Furthermore, under Section 23 of the Presidential Elections Act, the Commission is required to ensure that the relevant organs of the state provide you, during the entire campaign period, your protection, both on the road, on the campaign trail, or not even on the campaign trail, wherever you want to go, and also at home. To that extent, therefore, we are going to hand over to you a security vehicle together with the security personnel who will be guarding you at all times. The vehicle is at our cost. The fuel, the driver, the guards protecting you are all at our cost, even maintenance of the vehicle. Thereafter, we have a media tent. You may want to address the media and talk to the people of Uganda. It is at your will. But for now, can we go and we hand over to you your security vehicle and the security personnel. Thank you very much.
The Commission will lead you to the security detail. So, please, you.
Ebyo ebiri wano ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda twabagambye nti ebyono byo byakyuseemuko katono. Akati akakiiko k'ebyokulonda kagenda kubanga kamukwasa emmotoka n'abasirikale emmotoka na bakuumi, kati kyekigenda okubanga kidda ako. Tuli ku SOT TV, akugwe agenda maaso n'okutulaba. Embeera eriwo yeeyo nga bwe mugiraba kakati. Robert Kyagulanyi ne banne abamwerekeddeko basimbirira ebweru bagende maaso emmotoka wamu n'obukuumi.
We are seeing from all the stakeholders to ensure that this exercise is actually had that their president has been nominated. Now we want
ng'ogyeko president yabadde wano olunaku olw'eggulo, leero ka security kanjawulomukko tuba n'akakuba kalinga akaagala okutandika okutonnya naye nga sofa kyetubalaga kyekirwanereza ku kitebe ky'akakiiko ka byokulonda asentamu Robert Kyagulanyi bamaze omusunsulamu kati kyazzaako kugenda mu maaso na kuvuganya ku bwa president. Embeera yeeyo.
News. We are in an era of social media, so news is traveling in real time. So they have this.
Mugisha, who passed away on the 20th March. Ladies and gentlemen, before I say anything, I want to take this opportunity to pay tribute to our former Deputy President, Mama Jolly Mugisha, who passed away on the 24th of September last year. Today is exactly 1 year since we lost Mama Jolly. Mama Jolly was always a pillar of strength and courage within us. We strongly believe that today has fallen on this day not by coincidence. Maybe there's a message that we are getting from the Almighty. Mama Jolly, rest in peace. We shall make you proud. We shall never give up your dreams. Fellow Ugandans, ladies and gentlemen, comrades in the struggle, I am deeply humbled and profoundly honored to accept your nomination to be the next president of the Republic of Uganda for the year 2026 to 2031, not 1926 to 1931. I thank you very much for the trust that you've continued to place in me ever since I offered myself for the first time for the presidential office in 2021. Today, my heart is filled with a deep sense of responsibility to deliver to that trust that you've put in me.
This time is no usual election, brothers and sisters. We are going into this election as a way of protesting against the injustice that has been occasioned to us for the last 40 years. We are protesting, and the protest begins now. We must use this election season to rally the people of Uganda, to express their anger and to express their hope at the ballot box. We are going to use this election to protest legally. We are going to use this election to protest constitutionally. And we are going to use this election to protest non-violently. We must mobilize the people of Uganda to come out and vote in very, very large numbers. Numbers too big to rig.
Kyagulanyi nga nnyonnyola kye bayita protest vote agamba akitema kati bagende maaso n'okubeera nti abantu bakitegeera bino byabadde wali kakiiko ak'ebyokulonda nagamba nti wano bagenda kulonda nga beekalakaasiza ku ballot paper nti buli alina kyatamatidde nakyo agende maaso n'okubeera nti akiraga wali ku ballot ng'alonda ng'atiikinga era mu ngeri etaliimu fujjo lyonna bagende maaso n'okubeera nti bakikolera ku ballot paper ke bagenda okwekalakaasiza kye bayita protest vote akalulu k'okwekalakaasa.
Different strategies and make different plans to ensure that we, the people of Uganda, get our freedom in this season. Now, to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, you, brothers and sisters, the Ugandans in the diaspora, you send so much money You send more than $2 billion back to Uganda every year. In real sense, you are the biggest investors in Uganda. We know that many of you even fear to come back home because you know what happens to those that return home. Many of you don't risk the brutality. We know that Ugandans like Sam Mugumya, who returned from a Congolese prison, was abducted weeks ago, and up to now, he's missing. Nobody knows where Sam Mugumya is. We know Robert Kayingo Luja, a lawyer who was recently abducted from the airport, kept incommunicado for a month before being forced back in exile without even stepping foot in his house. The examples are many, ladies and gentlemen, but I tell you, my friends, we are fighting so that you can return to your home, to your families, to freedom and dignity. We are fighting so that you are received with roses and not handcuffs. We fight so that Uganda can give your children the chances and opportunities that you never got. That is why we fight. Now to General Museveni. I know you don't like listening to young people or even listening to anybody at all, but at least listen to your friend and bush war comrade, General Kainda Otafire. I want you to remember that Uganda was here before you, and Uganda will be here long after you are gone. You don't have to burn it down on your way out. The best guarantee for your legacy, for your security, and for what you and your people have earned in the last 40 years is to allow a peaceful, orderly, and democratic transition of power. That opportunity is available because we are not vengeful people. We still believe in peace. We still believe in justice. And yes, we believe in reconciliation. All we want is a free and fair election. No military violence, no police brutality. That is not too much to ask for. Let this election not be a military operation. This be a democratic election. That should not be too much to ask for. You are aware that for the last 5 years, your regime has done everything to break our spirits.
Kyagulanyi Robert Sentamu mukulembeze wa kibiina ki National Unity Platform obubaka bubuwulidde n'aweerezaako ne ku President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni n'amugamba wakyaliwo akakisa k'okuteesa ak'okukyusa obuyinza mu mirembe n'akalulu kabeereka amazima n'abwenkanya bibadde ebigambo bya Kyagulanyi Robert Sentamu olunaku olwaleero. Tuli mu programu Mpulidde Kamenya ku 17/9 Pearl of Africa Radio. Tukola katono nnyo bwe tuti tukomawo mu nkoma w'engazi nkwongera ebirala.
We must mobilize the people of Uganda to come out and vote in very, very large numbers. Numbers too big to rig. We must lay different strategies and make different plans to ensure that we, the people of Uganda, get our freedom in this season. Now, to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, you, brothers and sisters, the Ugandans in the diaspora, you send so much money. You send more than $2 billion back to Uganda every year. In real sense, you are the biggest investors in Uganda. We know that many of you even fear to come back home because you know what happens to those that return home. Many of you don't risk the brutality. We know that Ugandans like Sam Mugumya, who returned from a Congolese prison, was abducted weeks ago, and up to now, he's missing. Nobody knows where Sam Mugumya is. We know Robert Kayingo Luja, a lawyer who was recently abducted from the airport, kept incommunicado for a month before being forced back in exile without even stepping foot in his house. The examples are many, ladies and gentlemen, but I tell you, my friends, we are fighting so that you can return to your home, to your families, to freedom and dignity. We are fighting so that you are received with roses and not handcuffs. We fight so that Uganda can give your children the chances and opportunities that you never got. That is why we fight. Now to General Museveni. I know you don't like listening to young people or even listening to anybody at all, but at least listen to your friend and Bushwa comrade, General Kainda Otafire. I want you to remember that Uganda was here before you, and Uganda will be here long after you are gone. You don't have to burn it down on your way out. The best guarantee for your legacy, for your security, and for what you and your people have earned in the last 40 years is to allow a peaceful, orderly, and democratic transition of power. That opportunity is available because we are not vengeful people. We still believe in peace. We still believe in justice. And yes, we believe in reconciliation. All we want is a free and fair election. No military violence, no police brutality. That is not too much to ask for. Let this election not be a military operation. This be a democratic election. That should not be too much to ask for. You are aware that for the last 5 years, your regime has done everything to break our spirits. They give up. Now, to fellow Ugandans, I don't need to tell you that the 2026 election is already not fair. You have seen General Museveni's son, who is also head of our military, promising to kill our people in order to guarantee 80% of the vote to his father. He also said that during these presidential campaigns, we will be forcefully guarded by his private militia, the SFC, the same SFC which is responsible for abducting and torturing our supporters. So as we go for this campaign, it's like walking into the shadow of the valley of death. But I say to you, comrades, fear no evil, because the Lord Almighty is with us. I say to you, brothers and sisters, that we shall walk but not get tired. We shall suffer, but we shall not die. It will be painful, but we shall win in the end. We shall reach in a new Uganda. We have no doubt about that. We shall reach in a Uganda where you will move in town and not see guns on the streets. In a Uganda where security will be protecting the citizens and not terrorizing them. A Uganda where teachers, soldiers, health workers, and other workers are paid promptly and adequately. Where farmers earn fair income from their produce. Where traders are not suffocating under exploitative tax regimes. That is a new Uganda that we dream of. That is a new Uganda that we shall definitely get to. A Uganda where citizens can demonstrate on the streets about injustice, and the response of the government will be to listen to them and not to shoot them dead. A Uganda where jobs are not for the connected few, but for all those who qualify and are willing to work. Thank you. In the coming days, ladies and gentlemen, we shall unveil our manifesto, and we shall go ahead to paint a clear picture of that new Uganda that we dream of, that new Uganda that we believe. But ultimately, about leadership, that will be a Uganda where leaders will be serving the people and not the other way around. I tell you, my friends, that Uganda is possible in our lifetime. And with your courage, with our sacrifice, and with the grace of God, we shall reach that new Uganda. Now, as the National Unity Platform, even with the little resources that we had for the last 4.5 years, we have already demonstrated that we are able to use less and achieve more. We have managed to acquire the biggest political party headquarters in Uganda. We have launched the first school of leadership, and we have gone ahead to groom leaders at no cost to them. Leaders that will uphold our values and offer leadership to the next generation after we retire. We have supported families of political prisoners and missing comrades. We have refused to be compromised. We have held onto our principles
even when it has come at great personal cost. We have pursued and secured sanctions against those who steal from our people and against those who oppress our people. We have kept the struggle alive and we are growing even stronger. Now to the international community. Uganda's freedom is not only for Ugandans. Uganda's freedom is for everybody. If Ugandans are safe, if Ugandans are not safe, neither are our community that always receives us when we go seeking for asylum. Please stand with us as we stand for the Edi Mutwe, Achileo Chivumbi, Machete, Gaddafi and all families and everyone will never go in vain. Now finally, to the comrades that I will be moving with on this campaign trail, the foot soldiers, the ordinary citizens of Uganda who have nothing else to offer to their strength, you have been my friends, my true friends. Today, as we go into what is likely to be an even more violent campaign, I will be relying on you, my friends. We are embarking on a long walk to freedom, and sisters. Freedom will come at the end of the day, because after all, freedom never comes easy. Our grandparents shed blood for the independence of this country 62 years ago. Our parents shed blood for what they believed was a liberation 40 years ago. Our comrades in this very generation are in prison for this very struggle. They've shed blood for this struggle. Many of them are missing and they don't even have graves for this struggle. Let us carry them in our hearts. Let us carry them in our minds. Let us do this in their name. Brothers and sisters, the same courage and discipline that has kept us going since 2017 should be the same courage and discipline to carry us through this campaign. Your duty in this campaign, I must remind you, will not be to protect me. Yes, your duty in this campaign is not to protect me. It is to protect yourselves. It is to protect each other. It is to protect those ordinary people that come to support us on our rallies. I request you to be vigilant in every village that we shall enter and on every rally that we go to. Please be very solid and be very sober. Please be very calm and be very disciplined. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Be careful, but don't show fear, because this regime wants us to be fearful. My brothers and sisters, I want you to understand what we are fighting for. We are fighting for a better Uganda. We are fighting for the farmers, for the border riders, for the young graduates who have no jobs. We are fighting for the ghetto people, those ghetto youth whose future is being stolen away in exchange for a few shillings. We are fighting for the ordinary children whose future is empty and we want to give meaning to. We are fighting for those police officers who are ordered to brutalize you because you are fighting for their children's future, and afterwards they have to return to their uniport, to an empty house, to children with no school fees, and to a family with no health insurance. Please don't look at them as your enemies, because they are not your enemies. They are victims too. They also wish that things can change someday. Brothers and sisters, if we succeed, this country will be free and things will change forever. It will never be the same again. Unfortunately, if we don't succeed, nobody will ever believe that we did our best. That will mean that we are condemning our children, those that are born and those that are unborn, to slavery. And that is not what we should be doing. Therefore, brothers and sisters, failure is not an option. We must get our freedom, or at least die trying to get our freedom. I don't know how much danger is awaiting us on this campaign trail, but I know that we are going to keep moving with hope and faith. We are carrying the hope of our entire generation, a hope of millions and millions of Ugandans. Brothers and sisters, I want you to understand that this that we are carrying on our shoulders is a historical responsibility. So prepare yourselves. Hug your loved ones one more time and tell them that we are going to war. We are going to a war that we never chose. A war that we are not even trained for, but a war that has been imposed on us by our oppressors. We are facing an enemy that is armed to the teeth. And we are facing the enemy barehanded, only armed with the truth and God. We are fighting this because it is a duty that we must take on. We are fighting for our God-given right to live as human beings in our own country. We will never retire. We will never give up. We will fight until we are free. And I'm sure we shall be free in the end. This is not a matter of when. It's not a matter of our freedom. Brothers and sisters, I want to conclude by guaranteeing to you that are here with us and all Ugandans all over the world that in the end we shall be free. In the end, everything is going to be all right. And if everything is not all right yet, then that will not be the end. Thank you very much for God and my country.
Thank you, candidates, for that address. Now, members of the press, the candidates team has said that it's going to do the version in Uganda at Nateete and also answer the questions there. So given the environment, I don't know unless the candidate chooses, so that is the guidance from his team. Thank you very much. So let us wait for that advice, but that's what the team had presented. Thank you.
Yeah, apologies because of the weather and because of the time constraint. We request that we proceed to Nateete to address our rally and maximize our time, and maybe we'll answer questions from there or another opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidate protocol team. I know the weather is a challenge, but let's manage the candidate and his entourage. Please, protocol team, protect my microphone at the main podium. And let us usher the candidates, the vehicles, security team. Please attend to the candidates so that he exits well. Our dear guests, lunch is served as we await the next candidate.
Tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzege abalabi baffe abaso TV embeera bwetyo bweri wano eno gye bayita namutikwa w'enkuba. Twebuuza lwaki etonye era lwaki etonye mu kadde kano kubanga ate yo nyingi nnyo nyene ddala nga namwe mugenda mu maaso n'okulaba ekifaananyi tulwanye nakyo paka lwe tukifunye paka ku nkomerero. Tetugenda kubanga tusukkako wano Apollo tusiime oli mu studio olw'embeera y'obudde gye tulimu nsaba kukwasa omuzindaalo ogende maaso n'okutematema mu byonna ng'ebyabadde okuviira ddala gye twatandikidde ku makya nga tutaba n'abalala abazze over ku lwa bannange nze Robert Mutebi yasine Kikoyo abadde ku kamera Eric Sebalamu naye abadde tiimu ebaddeko Zegrinya Grace wamu ne Peter Nyasi.
07